A Seek Reality Online member asked, I've heard it said that there is no time in the afterlife. How can that be when people in the afterlife describe memories that are in the past? The way the residents of the afterlife describe it, they say there is a time of sorts. But it isn't the same as our common conception of time on earth. In this video, I explain what people in the afterlife mean when they say they experience a time of sorts, but it is not the same as earth time. Hello, I'm Dr. R. Craig Hogan, President of the Afterlife Research and Education Institute and Seek Reality Online. I'm the author of 8 books containing the evidence you will come to the end of this life, but you will never die. It may seem odd to say that people in the afterlife don't have a set notion of time, but there is no sun, there is no moon, there are no minutes, days, months, or years. There are no clocks. If they want to get together for an event, the person organizing it sends thought messages to the people to let them know the event is about to take place. They don't observe birthdays, anniversaries, or other such times, but they constantly receive our thoughts. So when people on earth are planning an anniversary or a birthday party, they receive the thoughts and come to earth to celebrate with us, standing unseen among us, or they come to us mind to mind from wherever they are. So what do people in the afterlife say if they're going to meet someone at some time, such as 4 p.m. or noon? We take it for granted that precise measurements of time are possible because we have clocks that display the same time for everyone in a geographical area. But such precise statements of time have been possible only in the past few centuries. Prior to that, imprecise sundials would give an approximation of time, but people didn't carry sundials with them wherever they went. The first spring-driven clocks appeared in the 15th century. Before such clocks were in use, if you wanted to meet someone at a particular time, you would say, "We'll meet when the sun is high," or "We'll meet in the early evening," or other such reference to the position of the sun. We're accustomed to having rigid senses of time because we have accurate clocks, and people frequently have set times for events. Such precise statements of time weren't necessary or valued in earlier times. Most people were farmers and didn't have to know anything but sunrise and sunset for their daily activities. The idea of a precise time is a very recent phenomenon that's become ingrained in our lives. One development that resulted in precise time measurements was the advent of the railroad that connected distant points. The trains required rigid senses of time to have a schedule, and so time zones were created with the same time. In Summerland, the afterlife, there is no sun, so there are no references to hours or days. That is what they mean when they say there is no sense of time as we have it in the afterlife. In the afterlife, people do have past, present, and future in their lives. They remember what they experienced on earth and in their time in the next realm of life. They anticipate and plan for the future. But time is much more malleable than our conceptions of the arrow of time, past, present, and future. Einstein quipped that a minute sitting on a hot stove seems like an hour, but an hour with a pretty girl seems like a minute. He called time a persistent illusion. And time dilation in relativity posits that time moves slower or faster depending on the mass of objects around the person and the speed of travel through space. One person's now may be the distant past or distant future for someone else living in another part of the universe. And time flows more slowly or quickly depending on how fast a person may be traveling or how close the person is to a body with a strong or weak gravitational force. There are many different nows throughout the universe. Time is also very individual. People in near-death experiences have life reviews that go through all the major incidents in their life, but they feel as though life review flies by in a moment. People also can witness firsthand as a reality any event that has happened in Earth's history. It defies the sense of time as past. Our conception of the past happens only because we have memories of the past. And anticipation of the future happens only because we recall the past, in which things happen moment by moment, and we anticipate that the future will happen as events in the past have happened. All that is truly experienced is a sliver of now. The rest of what we call time is what our minds fill in from our experiences. So there is a sense of time in the next life. It just isn't like the time we experience on earth.